Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Kim here, and I also have my assistant. It's Lorie, and
Hello.
and we are filming. We are pre-filming this on Wednesday night because Thursday, our Thrifty Canucks Day, because this is our Thrifty Canucks video. We are going to be going to the coast and enjoying scallop burgers and picking seashells and having a fun day because it's going to be Lorie's birthday tomorrow, which is today that you're watching it. So be sure to leave a comment and happy birthday to Lorie in the comments below, and happy birthday. In my case, I'm saying happy early birthday, but by the time you're watching it, it'll be her birthday. So we had a super fun day on Tuesday shopping. We went to St. John and stopped at the Value Village. We stopped at Refit. And then we were going to go to a couple other shops there in town, but we decided, no, she hadn't been to one of my little shops in Sussex. So we flew back drove back to Sussex, and we went to the Frenchie store. And we went to my favorite little thrift shop. And then we went to the Salvation Army thrift shop in Sussex as well. So we got a really good haul. Some things we're sharing, some things she got for her, and some things I got for myself, and some things we're showing, and some things we're not. But I'll get started. Now it's a combination, so it could be any store, but this was in Value Village, and it was a set of 5 of these invoice books, and nothing is missing. Now I have 4, but Lorie took 1 for herself. And so these are full size 8.5 by 11 sheets. And I've got 50 per book. And each one comes with the yellow carbon paper as well. So it's really like getting 100 pages. And so what I will do with this is, after the video is over, I will start taking out the pages and folding some of them in half to use for signatures. I think they have a perforated edge on here. I'll have to find out and see. Let's see how good we are at this. Ooh. Oh yeah, here we go. I may have to do this gently off camera. But I will take probably about 10 of each sheet, so 10 sets, and fold them in half ahead of time for doing signatures. What's nice about this is you get the blank white side on either side, but you also have the writing, and you can have some fun with this by, taking out certain parts and putting a label or collaging on here and still giving yourself lots of writing space. If you're doing a traveler's notebook, you could fold it the other way and then make some pockets to go up. Inside or outside. This could be also folded on the outside to give you the lines on the outside and the blank pages on the inside. But a lot of working material here, a lot of fun in this style of material that you have so many options. And for $3.99 or $4 the regular price, so 30% off. 4 times 7, thank you Linda, is $2.80, and I got 5 books but gave 1 to Lorie, but for $2.80, it's less than $1 a book. And not only that, I don't know if you go to your local Staples or Home Depot, these books don't sell for $1. They're more like close to 20, I think. But that was a good find. I'm going to pass those to Lorie. She's my assistant again today. And in no particular order, I got this architectural book. It's Wrought Iron in Architecture, which is really cool. Lots of illustrated pages of architecture and iron, wrought iron stuff. There's a lot of dates. So I see myself taking something like this, folding it in half. Now, I don't know what's on the other side. More pictures. So I would fold it in half and probably put something blank on this side, or at least some type of a note space to write on, and use it as a signature page right in the book. So when I'm having a day where I'm working with this stuff, I will be sure to share my methods and madness of how I use it. But lots of fun pages in here. Lorie didn't even see this one, I don't think. Did you? Mm-hmm. So she's going to have fun looking through this. Great iron pictures. Like, look at these gates. Aren't they gorgeous? So that brings to mind lots of things that I would like to do. But yeah, great book. I paid $1 for this book. And then back again at Value Village. This was a Lorie find. And it is 500 window envelopes. The regular price, $4.99, $5. And so 5 times 7 is $3.50. I paid for this, and I don't think there's more than 20 envelopes missing. Look at this. Well, maybe there's about 40 envelopes missing, but there's a lot here. I don't think I'll ever run out of envelopes. She didn't take any. Too bad, because there's a lot here, but she says she has a lot of them at home. She's got limited space in her camper to take stuff home, so I can't push her to take everything. But you know what? I can bring some back in the spring when I come back, because I know that these aren't going too far. But lots of material to work with, and they're blank, and they have the flaps unused, which is fun and a great way to add to your journals. So many different projects to do. You've seen me cover envelopes with book pages and stuff before. Passing that over to Lorie. I'm going to squeeze in a few of her things. This was a find. Even I didn't see this, but if I had seen it, I would have passed it on to her. And that was these napkins. Look at this. This is all lighthouses, which she's got lots of pictures of lighthouses in her travels with her and her husband. And so she has the cocktail napkin and the luncheon. She had a whole package, so she gave me 2 of each. That was all I wanted. She would have left me more, but that was all I wanted, so I'm sticking to that. And then she got this set of autumn napkins. Beautiful. What I like about this is that it's not Halloween-y, it's not Thanksgiving. It's autumn, but it could be used in any type of a nature journal. It could be used year round pretty much, eh? So lots of opportunities there. And I love the banners or the borders of it. So you can use this like a strip on a tag or at the bottom of a journal page. Lots of possibilities. So she gave me 2 of those as well. So that was some of her goodies. And then she got this fabulous stamp set, and it's got a ship, a rope, it says Bon Voyage, and she's got some different shells and a seahorse and starfish, and she even got a little ink pad, I think. Is that what an ink pad? No, it says well, maybe it's just a longer stamp in there, eh? I think it's the whole seahorse. Seahorse. Yeah, we're only seeing part of it, but it's the whole seahorse underneath this little logo. This was $6, so 6 times 7. She got this for $4.20. It has never been used. Awesome find, Lorie. That's just great. And then, we went to the refit store in St. John, and she got this package for $2. And we could hardly wait. We got in the car. We could hardly wait. I made her open. I want to see what you got. I want to see what you got. So she got a stamp set. It's just some happy, fun tree hugger, lucky, hippie chick, super bubbly. So just some fun stamps, acrylic stamps, never used. She got this 2-way sequin fabric. I don't know what that means, but it's got silver and hot pink.
It moves. It changes color.
Oh, I see. So as you touch it one way, it turns silver, and then if you touch it the other way, it turns pink.
My granddaughters love that.
Oh, really? So they're familiar with this.
Oh, yeah.
So what do they do with it?
Well, so far it's on their shirts.
Okay. So this is really cool stuff.
Make a pillow.
Yeah. So it's a whole sheet of something here. A whole sheet. 11.8 inches by 15 inches. So that's a pretty big piece. You could do a journal cover with that very easily, sort of a mermaid cover. That's cool. And then these are vinyl transfers. Yeah. Now one is a llama, and it says, "You are amazing." L'amazing. Amazing. Sort of amazing. And then there's a unicorn. So these, I guess, you just stick right onto your finished project.
Yep.
And cups. These are we are memory keepers. So you know that the prices all for $2. That's a very good deal. She got another package of these adhesive buttons. I like these. I love the colors. Lots of options there. And a lot of them. 133 to be exact. And this comes from originally from Dollarama for $1.25. So there again, for a $2 pack, that's pretty good. Oh, you didn't even pay $2 for this.
No, we got 50%
That's
off.
right. We got 50% off of housewares, and so she only paid $1 for this whole pack. So then she got this acrylic baby stamp set. It's got a little baby carriage and bibs and baby things, and it has a few little die cuts. And this is Recollections, and so again, you know that what these things cost to buy in the stores. My favorite, and I actually have these because these come from Dollarama, and they're still available at Dollarama, but I don't think they're $2. I think they're like probably $2.50 or $3 now. But this is a whole bird cage stamp set with the stamps, brand new in the package. And then on the back side, it has the instructions of what to stamp in what ways to get the full effect of the bird in the bird cage with the roses and another bird on top of it. So it's a really cool set. And I don't know where mine is just yet. And then the last one, oh no, there's not the last. What's this? Oh, this is another one of those stencils. And it's a, what do you call that guy? I forget. A sloth.
Yep, there you go.
And then she's also got the owl set of stamps from Dollarama. So there again, $2. You start adding all this up, and she got all of this for $1. That's a pretty good deal. That's pretty awesome. There, you know, I've got a lot of this stuff already, so I didn't even try to get any of it out of her. And we'll go back to me. This was an awesome find, and I'm going to show you two pieces of this find. This was in the same store, and again, I cannot plan this stuff. I bought this skirt, and the skirt was $3. Now, it's hard to show you this whole thing in the camera, but it is a layered boho skirt. It's actually, I think, a large size. And if you look at it, it's got this, it's all cotton, except for the top is kind of a stretch knit. But it's all cotton, and it's got a pattern in the cotton there. And then there's this cotton eyelet, and then the pattern again repeats, and the eyelet all the way down to the bottom. At the bottom, it's got a very shabby, it's not quite cheesecloth. It's a little bit heavier than cheesecloth, but it's a very shabby, soft cotton fabric. And it all looks like it was dyed with avocado dye, which is amazing, just amazing. And I think, no, there's no lining inside. So it's just the skirt itself. But there's a lot of material here. And this skirt is an A-line skirt. So it is quite wide as it goes down to the bottom. So I can get some really nice long strips out of this when I cut it up. And I'll be sure to have you with me when I do cut it up. Now, this is one of the exceptions I will make. And I'll remind you about this when I cut it. Normally, I like to take these seams apart piece by piece, and individually I open up every seam, and normally I would do that to take advantage of the full length of the piece of material. But these, where the two fabrics are joined together, is very shabby looking, and it would make a really gorgeous ruffle. So all I'm going to do is cut reasonably close on both sides to create this ruffled trim that I can use separately, and then have all the bigger pieces for another project. So these could be shabby ribbons. They could be cluster bases. They could be part of a snippet roll. Lots and lots of possibilities. Great pockets on a journal. But I just love the avocado coloring. And in the same store, not even realizing it till this morning when I was looking at all the stuff, I got this big bag of trim for $3. So for a total of $6, I got this beautiful trim that I can use with this. And this is, I'm going to rip this bag because it already has a hole in it. This is the Fringe trim, and you can see where it's come apart here. There is a method, and you know, I never can do this when I'm on camera for some reason. But there is a method of pulling this string. You just have to catch one end, and it sort of unravels automatically. And the reason they keep it like this is, one, it's a great way to keep it compact on the rolls when they're putting it together to sell. And it's also a compact way of keeping it for when you're sewing. So you normally don't undo this bottom part, or this what's holding the fringe together, until you've sewn it onto your garment or pillow or whatever you're attaching it to, so that you don't accidentally sew into the fringe itself. But it's a beautiful fringe, and if I could find an end, I'll show you another thing that I do with this stuff. Here we go. Here's an end. Now, hopefully I can undo some so you can see. Oh yeah, here we go. So I've got the thread. There we go. Now it's working. And you can pull the thread and use it that way, or you can also use it individually to make little tiny tassels. So you can actually tie these, and if you don't know how to make a tassel, just follow one of my tassel videos and you'll see you can make little miniature tassels from this. So that's pretty cool too. And when I start working with this stuff, at the time I'm actually working with it, I will do a video and share with you what I'm doing. But in the meantime, look at all this gorgeous material I got for a total of $6. Okay, I'm going to move on to something of Lorie's, and she's taking mine. All right, now this is a book. Lorie paid 50 cents for this book because the books are 8 for $1 at my little thrift shop there. And like I said, they don't know how to calculate one book. And so I think they've come up with a price now that if you buy one book, it's 50 cents. Which is good, because they always struggled with it. But it's a book on nature. She got to see puffins when she was in Newfoundland. So hopefully I'll get to see the pictures of that. But we saw the puffins on the book, and there's just so much material in here. And it's an encyclopedia of North America. Is it North America or Canada? North America. So not only will she have some beautiful pictures that she can cut out and use for art, but I think her grandbaby girls will enjoy. Hi, Zoe. Hi, Avery. Will enjoy using these books for reference, and just all that extra knowledge. They're going to be so smart by the time they get to the end of this book. But yeah, lots of great pictures and lots of things that she can use in her journal, because she's doing a journal probably on her Atlantic trip. So there'll be lots of fun things that she can take out of this book. Great book for 50 cents. And you got some schoolwork ahead of you, you guys. Okay, a few more fun things to show. Now, did you get this all in one? Yep. This was all in one. Yep. So Lorie got this for $3.99, $4 at Value Village. So 4 times 7, $2.80. She got the clipboard. Let's start with the clipboard. Clipboards are great to collage on. Clipboards, so you can collage and do a beautiful artisan style of clipboard to have in your room. Clipboards hang up really nicely if you want to use them for decorating purposes. Now, what are you going to use them for? Hanging ribbons and lace. Or you could use this very nicely to hold a project. So maybe you're gathering stuff to make a Victorian journal. Like something like what Christine would make. So you might have all of your digital papers that you want to have, and then any laces that you want to gather together. All these things can be clipped on here and give you a really nice visual effect as you gather materials. And sometimes, you know, we start gathering things and we forget about it, and we forget where we put them. So if you have a chance to find some clipboards in your thrift shops, again, you can decorate them very nicely and then put all that stuff together. And then when it's ready to go, you've got your whole project ahead of you on a clipboard. And you can use it for other project ideas as well. Maybe you're going to do a set of tags and you want to gather your ribbons and your lace and images together. So don't rule out getting several of these, and they can hang up very nicely, or that you can stand them lean them against something very nicely, and it's very decorative and art inspiring. So clipboard number 1 is my favorite in this pile. And then, you know, she's been watching my videos, and so she saw these transfers. This is iron-on transfers to transfer on white. I think she's got 2 of those, and 1 to transfer onto dark material. Now, these iron-on transfers are just sheets that you print on. I'm not going to take one out, but they're just sheets that you print on, and then you cut out whatever it is you want to iron onto something, and there's some instructions, of course, and you place it down and iron it onto your project. I wouldn't want to do like a whole t-shirt because it would have that rubbery effect, and I wouldn't want to do a whole project when I'm doing a journal. But if you're just using smaller little pieces, it makes a really nice accent and can add some interest, and it's quick and easy to iron on. But yeah, you get a package of 5 sheets, 5, 10, look at that, 15 sheets to use in your projects, and 1 sheet, 8.5 by 11, if you place many images on that page, you can get a lot of mileage for your money. So for example, you could do a printout of a whole sheet of butterflies or a whole sheet of labels, and just iron them onto the fabric that you want to put it onto. I'm not even sure. I haven't tried, so you know, you'd be on your own if you're trying it on your own. You may want to test it, but I bet you could iron right onto cardstock paper or brown paper bags, so you could get these things like a decal or image on those items. So yeah, I'm going to experiment with paper and see if it'll work for paper. One of our favorite things to get, so like already here for that money, there's great mileage, but now one of our favorite things to get is ledger books. And here's some ledger paper for her. Again, if she goes home and starts that signature box and puts away 10 of these sheets and folds them in half, ready to go to slip into a signature. You've seen my video on creating a signature box and how to use it and why I do this. Then she can have the sheets folded. The rest of this she can put away. And when you get down to 1 or 2 sheets left, you just go back to the book and fold 10 more. It doesn't mean you have to fold them the same way every time, but it's a reminder that you have this paper and that you actually use it when you're putting a signature together. I will have a video again where I bring out the signature boxes so that you can see more of how I put a signature together and how my methods and madness to doing that. So then my other favorite, of course, is a composition book. Now, some people use these and do master boards right in them. Here's what's great about that is because it's lined paper, if you do a master board on the front, the back side is already lined journal paper to use. So yeah, that's an easy way to make a journal card, because once you've done a collage over the whole thing, you would just cut it up into whatever size. You can cut it up into tags, cut it up into journal card size, or even little cards to tuck into small tuck spots. So that's an option there. The other option is, of course, it's paper signatures, signature pages. Even though it's smaller than an 8.5 by 11, it's always nice to have some small papers folded in your journals as well. Or for making shabby notebooks, shabby layered notebooks, lots of possibilities. So I think you got your money's worth, Lorie, out of this little batch right here. That's going to be lots of fun and play. So then there's this sheet. Now, I found the sheet at Frenchie's, and it was $3.99, I think. $3.99. It is a king size sheet, beautiful floral pattern, and Lorie is saying, "Oh, I can't believe that you got this for that price." And she said, "What are you going to do with it?" I said, "Oh, I'm going to cut it up and use it for making linings in my fabric bags, or maybe the inside of a journal cover, or patch pockets on a journal, or, you know, there's endless things that you can do with this. Snippets, I can cut out little florals, I can add this onto tags, yada, yada, yada." And she said, "Oh, I can't believe you're going to cut this up." And I said, "Oh, so you don't want a piece of it?" "Of course I do," she said. "Of course I do." So we know this is going to get cut up. And it's going to get cut up right after this video, because I'm putting it aside to cut it right away so she can take a piece home with her. But yeah, so much for using it as a sheet on my bed, right? She already has dibs on it. So I will leave that out to cut up for her. And then I couldn't resist this box, although I don't know what I'm going to use it for at this point. It was $3.99 regular price, so $4, 4 times 7 is $2.80. It's just a pretty box with this weathered wood look and these different words of inspiration. It was, it's nice and clean on the inside, so it's ready to be used for something. At this point, it may be something that I host a whole bunch of stuff to give as a gift to somebody. It may be just a place where I put different things for a little collection, but just a really nice box. And while I'm at it, I saw the price in Canada. This would have been $15.99 as the regular price, US $12.99. So to get it for 4 times 7, $2.80. Thank you again, Linda. I think that was a very good price, and it's in a brand new pristine condition. So I will use it for something one way or another. And then I have 2 more books to show you. One, well, maybe I should save the books and I'll show that one first, because that's kind of in the way there. I got all these notebooks and a few more because Lorie took a few. But they are just, this all came out of Grandma's cupboard. I laugh. I say Grandma's cupboard. And here, there's 2 of us here, and she is a real bona fide grandma, and I am grandma age. So yeah, these come out of our friend's cupboard or our sister's cupboard or whatever. But one way or another, they come out of a grandma's cupboard. They always kept every notebook, every little piece of paper to write on. These are great. Maybe you won't use a speedy auto glass while you were out in your journal, but maybe you will. But if not, you can use the back side for doing, putting on the back of scrappy notebooks or journal cards, or even putting on the back, if you watched our video where we made these hidden journaling spots, you can use it on the back side of a card just to create a place to write. So they are good for that. They're also good for making scrappy notebooks where you use this side as your front side and not this side. And there's nothing wrong with using these 2 in your journals, because it shows people that you are using recycled paper and encouraging to recycle. In the receipt book, of course, there's always 2 pages. It's just like a guest check. You can use the top portion here and collage and decorate it, and then you've got the writing space within the receipt. So they're fun, and they come usually 2 pages. I think this is 2. Yeah, here we go, if I can open it up. So there's a red one as well. Great to use in journals. And they are blank white on the back side, so same thing. You can use them for so many purposes. So there was quite a few. This one is a coffee news one, so it's a brown paper. I don't know that I would want him in one of my journals. It's certainly not one of my boho journals, but I could certainly use the other side as part of a journal card or cut that off altogether. But, I always like to use everything. You know that. Some memo pads. Now, what was interesting about this is it says memo, and I thought, okay, well, on the other side it'll be blank, but it's not. On the other side, it is a while you were out message pad. So this takes a little bit more interest on what to use it for. I will probably, for the most part, use the lines as a journal card back, and then cover this by using a label, some flowers, some washi tape, so that you don't see that part. And again, it's not so much that I don't want to see that part. It's just that I want people to know that I've repurposed these items. And just some more interesting little notebooks. And I think these were blank for the most part, with, a little bit of advertising on them. So they're just fun little notebooks that, again, you can use for all of the same purposes. I think it was $2.99 for the whole pile, which included about 3 or 4 that Lorie took. So for $2.99, that's $2.10. Yeah, why wouldn't we pick this up, right? So the last little thing. Now, I don't have any jewelry tape. Can you believe it? I did find one necklace, but I think it's at the bottom of another bag, and that was just all household stuff. So you'll see it the next time I show a video. But the last that I saved for last are these 2 books. This one is Chinese watercolors. Look for this book. This is a great book. I guess this is a bonus. I get somebody's book plate in here, but it's just, not her. It is just filled with gorgeous drawings and illustrations and paintings of beautiful Asian art. And, you know, the colors are so subtle. They can go in any kind of journal, whether you're putting it in a Victorian journal or a ladies journal, or like this is a beautiful one here with the flowers, and just a good variety. Now, a lot of these are just long and narrow, which means that you could easily fold this and make a nice journal page out of this, as well as maybe a pocket or something. Just great images to use for that. Roxy's Creations did this where she took a page, a landscape and a landscape and a portrait, and put them together and created this folded signature page. I'm hoping that one day I'll have a chance to do that in a video as well, but if not, I'll try to remember to link to her channel below, and you can see how she put 2 pages together very nicely. Just beautiful images throughout this. Just love them all, so I'm excited. Even this Chinese characters, that just beautiful. There's also a lot of index pages and reference pages at the front of the book where there's a lot of writing. These are great for doing envelopes and using as collage bases for making masterboards. So there's nothing here that would get wasted. I would easily collage all around this picture to include it, and then cut them up to make journal cards. And use some of those notepad papers on the back side for the back side of it. Great opportunity here. Then I'll be also left with the hardcover book, which I like, and can use that to create yet another journal. So many possibilities, just need some time. And the absolute grand finale, you know I like to save the best for last. This is my favorite. This is a Beatrice Potter journal book. She calls it a journal. Now this, well, first of all, the book itself is just beautiful. It's a fabric cover, and it's glued down, and it is it's, I guess, Beatrice Potter's sort of her journal, sort of like an Edith Holden, but of bunnies and cutesy things. But the pages are thicker because they are separable. And so you can split the pages, so you can use this and have a blank white, which you can't really see. I'm going to try. Yes, there you go. And then you're able to use the other side. But what's also interesting in this book, see, like there's the other side. So it would make a nice long journal, or you could cut out and make journal cards into individual sections. So I could get 3 really cute journal cards there. I love this. I was 16 when I decided to start this diary. I was beginning to feel the peaceful time of childhood was ending, and I foresaw changes in my life. Isn't that true? And that's in 1882. But the thing I love most about this book is it's very interactive. Every second page has this little pull out, and you're going to see some of them as I go through it. This little pull out. Again, I can separate that from the book, so I can use that. I can cut this out separately. I can cut out the rabbit separately. All of this can be used up individually. And then when you turn the page, in this case, I have I don't know if you can see, I'm just going to move this over, a larger little booklet, and I don't know how many pages are on here. Maybe that's it on this one. But I can still cut all of these out individually. I haven't read the whole content of the book, so I don't know at this point what's in it, but they're all pages that can be separated, which I like. Here is a letter she wrote to somebody, or somebody wrote to her. Love it. So this could easily be cut out just like that and tucked into a book. And not everything is, personal bunny relations or any of that kind of stuff, or bunny related. But she does have some fun stuff in here. And I can go on and on showing you different pieces of it. There's a letter in here, and this opens up, and it's a whole little booklet from 1893. 1893. Can you believe it? But it's not the real deal, but it's all her stuff. Another little fold out. I'll just quickly go through, but there's so much material here. This has got 2 or 3 pages of illustrations in here. Different ones. My favorite, absolute favorite. I just look at, and on one hand, yes, a little part of me wants to keep it, but it's really not that old of a book. It's just
This is cool.
this was cool. Yeah. Lorie and I were looking at this. This would be something that would be very easy to make, like a little pocket watch that you make interactive. So maybe we're going to have to figure out how we can make that in an upcoming class or something.
Circle punch.
Yes, a circle punch, not quite cut to the edge. That would work really good. Okay, we'll have to come up with that and see what we come up with. Maybe you guys will come up with one before me. Get to it. Barbara, you're always good at getting these little prompts and taking them to the next level. This last page I love because I love the colors in here. And again, more fodder to cut out. And then hidden behind this is the back cover. And hidden behind this cover is a whole book. Now I'm going to see if I can, yes, I can. I can pull the whole book out. So this I may keep together or use the individual pages for different books. Like this is such a nice plain paper that I could ink stamp on there. I can collage around it. So there could be lots of fun possibilities in here too. And yes, I know it's kind of a collector piece that you might think, why would you cut that up? But why wouldn't I, right? So it, just to give you a little bit more information, if I can find it on here, it was printed in China, copyright 2006 by the Frederick Warren and Company. It's hard to read it, but it's not that old, 2006. Keep your eye out for it. It's a beautiful book. And yes, I know you can gulp and gasp all you want, but I am going to cut it up. The price was $6.99 at Value Village, $7. Same with the Chinese watercolor book. $7, 7x7 is $4.90. So it was under $5 for all this ephemera. So that's it for my or not mine, but mine and Lorie's haul. She had a lot more, but she's already packed it away. And I had a lot more, but I didn't want to take up any more time in this video. So I will save it for next week to show you. That's it. I'm probably going to be spending as much time as I can with Lorie and Barry and my husband, Tom, for a while. And, you know, we're going to enjoy a little bit of vacay, but I gave you something this week. And there will be more. And I wish you all a very creative weekend. Also, be sure to leave a comment for Lorie for her birthday so we can see how many comments. And I will see you all soon. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.